What's going on, everybody? Big J here. Today I'm going to bring a full Easter egg guide on the Dead of the Night zombies on Black Ops 4. I would suggest that you have the Scepter Raw in your inventory before you start. You will have to open up Pack-a-Punch and build Alistair's Annihilator. If you don't know how to do either of those things, there's quick guides on my channel. Once you open up Pack-a-Punch, you can re-interact with these stones, crystals again, and each time they do, it'll give you another vision of the 3 Easter egg main quest that you have to do to get to the boss fight. So we're going to start off with the telescope. It's the hardest one. A lot of people have trouble with this. I'm not really going to go too in depth with it because I have a separate in-depth telescope guide on my channel, so check that out if you're having trouble with this step. But once you have looked into crystals, seen the telescope, you have to go to the mausoleum and shoot the top of this here with a gun, doesn't matter what kind, that has silver bullets on it. Once you do, you'll know it's right because it'll ding, it'll drop down, and it'll shoot this beam out into the main hall. Now what you have to do is come up here and interact with these 3 dials here. If you do it a specific way, it's really not hard. You got to start in the center and just go left, hitting left every time until you line up the first beam. Once the first beam's lined up, and you'll know because it'll give you a sound, and if you look up there was the noise, and then go to the left one, line up the left one. It's green, blue, red, green, blue, red. Line up just keep going left, use the same direction on each one of the terminals. What you're going to do is you're going to line up the center one, then line up the left one, line up the right one, then repeat the process. Line up the center one, line up the left one, line up the right one. And if you do that every time, it'll work every time. So this is the first time I lined up the center, then I lined up the left, now I'm lining up the right. There it is, and now just go back to the center, line up the center again, hear that noise. So now the green's lined up again. Now work the blue, blue's on, and I'll just hit the right one until it lines up. And then once you have them all 3 lined up, it'll destroy the Atlas head statue, blow all that off, and the beam will shoot through over the greenhouse side. Now this is the part people have trouble with. You're looking for 3 sets of symbols, and each symbol has 3 possible sets of scratch marks. The scratch marks are more as like a tally system. This one you can see through this window. It has 5. There was 4 on the nightstand there, and then there is none on this left side of the fireplace. So you know this symbol's tally is 9. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I'm going to have an in-depth guide on my channel for this step alone because it is a lot to explain. There's 7 possible symbol locations, 3 possible tally locations for each one, but each symbol will have at least 2 sets of scratch marks. Now once you've gotten all 3 of your symbols and you've gotten all the scratch marks, counted them up, you're going to input the symbol with the least amount of scratch marks first, then you're going to input the symbol with the second amount of scratch marks, and then input the symbol with the most amount of scratches. And then just do this by turning that and knifing it to enter. And if you do this correctly, you'll hear the noise, it'll turn the telescope, and it'll face it out this window. Now what you have to do next is you got to pull out your shield at this valve here and interact with it, square or X, just hold it in until it opens all the way, and then bash it with your shield to keep it open. Now once it's in that part, you have to activate the trap and run through it with your shield to electrify your shield, and then just run up and bash the telescope with your electrified shield. And that'll complete the telescope Easter egg step. Now once you've completed this, it'll open up a compartment underneath of the telescope, kind of underneath the steps that you can interact with, and then it'll open up a tablet. If you interact with that tablet, it'll start a lockdown that you have to do to finish off that sequence. You can wait to the end. That's what I like to do when I'm ready to fight the boss, when I'm more prepared. Now we're going to move on to the effigy one, just interact with the crystal again. And this one is where you have to have the Alistair's Annihilator fully upgraded. You're going to go over the cemetery. You'll notice these same 5 trees every time. And when you come in for the first time, a lot of leaves are falling down off them. You'll know that's the correct tree. Got to go ahead and shoot them with the Alistair's Annihilator. It'll drop these branches, and you interact with the branches. There's 5 of them all together, and you'll kind of see the branch fly away. See, it falls down, interact with the branch, and it'll fall away. And the last 2 are up here by the mausoleum, one on either side. So you see all the leaves falling down. That's how you know you got the right tree. The first time you come here, after activating the crystal, the leaves are falling a lot more. They don't fall as much if you come up here then leave again. So once you have all 5, now you're looking for the tombstone. It says 1912. So there, found it there. Interact with it, and it'll go into this green haze. Now go ahead over to this side here where all the sticks collected, and it'll build like an effigy. Now what you have to do is fire a charged Alistair's Annihilator shot until you get the fireball. There you go. Just like that. Once you get the fireball, just walk over, hit interact, and you'll strap yourself on, and you'll go down to hell, do this little thing, and you'll come back in the ghost type phase. Now while you're in this ghost vision, they can hit you. The zombies will go after you and can hit you, and you'll have to restart it if you do. Now once you're looking for another ghost in this one, kind of like for the Pack-a-Punch step. Now she's most often found either in Danu or down in the dining hall, but I have found her at several different places. But this one here, I find her in Danu, and here she comes. And just like with the the Pack-a-Punch step, you're just gonna escort her back to the cemetery. So she'll wait for you. If you lose her, you have to run away. Something I should have mentioned about the 1912 tombstone step: whatever character is on the tombstone has to do the effigy. If you're playing solo, it'll be your character, but if you're in co-op, it could be any of the characters. That character has to do the effigy. So yeah, you're going to escort her to the mystery box. She'll go away, interact with the tablet, and then I'll take you out of ghost vision, and you'll be ready to do the lockdown whenever you're ready by interacting with the tablet. Now for the next one, you will need the Firegate keys. I suggest you get all 3 of them. You can do it with 2, but 3 is much better for the night. What you have to do is you have to enter a Firegate key and then shoot it with a charged shot of the Alistair's Annihilator, and then go light up sets of fireplaces with your shield lit. Now you can do the sets in any order, but you have to do each set in a specific order. This one's the library. It's up to the smoking room first, down to right of the trap, left of the trap, and then back up in the billiards room. Now when you do this, it'll give you a stone, a crystal, in the fireplace that you'll have to pick up, and we're looking to do that on 3 different sets. Now again, you can do the sets in any order, but you have to do each step for each set in a specific order. Now we're going to do the dining room. So we put a Firegate here, we put one in the library. So again, shoot it with Alistair's Annihilator, then hit the trophy room first, bash it with your shield that's lit on fire, bash the master bedroom, and now if your shield does go out in the middle of this, you will have to do it over. Go ahead over here to the music room, bash that one, and then the last one is down in the dining hall. You can make it with stamina up, without it solo. As you see, I'm doing it solo here. Teammates can help you do it if you're working in co-op. So go ahead, hit the last one, and then when it goes away, just pick up your crystal. And now the last one is in the main hall. I just used this same one in the library again. The main hall is pretty easy. If you're looking out towards the forest, towards Pack-a-Punch, it's lower right fireplace, upper right fireplace, lower left fireplace, upper left fireplace. So there was the lower right fireplace. We're going to go up and hit the upper right fireplace. And then you're going to go over to the west side. That'll be the lower left fireplace. Then up to that west gallery and hit the upper left fireplace. And now that you have all 3 of these, we're going to go put the 3 crystals in the night statues, and they'll blow out, and you'll have to get them to follow you. Now these will keep up with you, but if you run off pretty fast, you will lose it, and it'll just stay where it kind of broke its hold with you. So as you see here, you gotta kind of be slow. It's nice if you can do this at the end of a round. Try to keep up with you. A little bit later, I am gonna purposely run away from it so it doesn't follow me all the way to the other side. There's 3 night statues. There's one in the cemetery, one in the main hall here, and one in the greenhouse. So I'm going to leave this one here, run away fast, and you see it doesn't follow me anymore, and make my way over to the greenhouse one. So just come on down and over opposite the wall by there, down by the perk machine, there's another one. So just go ahead and get that to follow you all the way back to the main hall, where I had my other one left, and then right here in front of the entrance to the dining hall hallway is the 3rd and final night statue. Now you have to get all 3 of these crystals to follow you out to the forest, and there's 3 specific spots, 1 for each color, and the crystals are color coded. So the green one's right here in the middle, the blue one is on the left side if you're looking at the Pack-a-Punch, and the purple one is all the way over on the right side. So just walk over it as they're following you, and it'll stay on its corresponding color. Blue one's going to stay there, and the purple one's going to go over to the other side. So what we're doing here is they're going to change in a nightstand in there, and we need to collect zombie souls in them to get them to move. We're going to collect souls to a certain amount, and then move 1 step closer to the Pack-a-Punch machine. You have to collect souls again, and then they're going to create a triangle in front of the Pack-a-Punch machine where you're going to have to kill a werewolf inside that triangle. Once you do, it always spawns a werewolf as well. Once you kill that werewolf inside that triangle, it'll then spawn the tablet, which you can interact with to start your lockdown. Now by this point you've done all 3 to get all 3 opened up. So all you have left to do is your 3 lockdowns, and you can go fight the boss. So I'm going to go ahead here, just use Alistair's Annihilator, charge them up, show you. They take a few more than I'm showing here, but see it moves down to the next spot. Like I said, it moves down 1 spot closer to the Pack-a-Punch, and then the next time you charge it up enough, it'll move down into this triangle on the bottom. Now, for all of these lockdowns, there's little kind of tricks to it. This one here, I like to put my back to the Pack-a-Punch machine, and I use Alistair's Annihilator, and this is what we're going to use the Scepter of Ra. You're charged up to level 3 for. So once, they'll make this triangle here, get your werewolf in, and once you kill him in there, it'll form your stone tablet. And then if you just go ahead and interact with the stone tablet, it'll start a lockdown. So you'll be locked in the forest here, and the lockdown in the greenhouse will lock you in there, and the lockdown in the mausoleum will lock you in there. So okay, you just have to kill a whole bunch of zombies, and then towards the end of it there'll be a few werewolves that come in. That's why I like to put the level 3 Scepter Raw down at the end with the werewolves. For one, it slows them down, but if you happen to go down, it'll raise you up, and you get to keep your perks. Don't take it down. I'd also suggest that you, before you do these lockdowns, you get the wooden stake melee weapon. If you don't know how to do that, there's a quick guide on my channel. But the little red vampires, they run right through the Annihilator charge shots, and they can really take you out because if you're not paying attention. So now here comes the werewolves. Just go ahead and throw down your Scepter of Ra. Again, to slow them down, plus to get you up, keep your perks if something would happen. So you know the lockdown's over when the light flashes. Tablet will come back, just interact with it, and after each one of these lockdowns, for a reward, it'll give you a max ammo. So here we'll go up and do the cemetery one now. This is why I suggested having the third fire gate key. There's one in the cemetery, one in the greenhouse, and one in the main mansion. This way you can put the fire trap on there. Oh, there's a red one. One hit kill with the wooden stake, but yeah, they jump through everything. The fire, Alistair's, Annihilator charge shots. This way you can keep the fire trap on one side and just shoot charge shots on the other side. When the fire trap goes out, just run around the cemetery a little bit till it recharges and you're able to go back in. There was another red one chasing me. So yeah, just one hit kill with the wooden stake. So yeah, it's recharged. Turn it back on. Good. Keep firing shots. And all three of the lockdowns are kind of the same. You know, a bunch of zombies and vampires, and then the werewolves come. And there's like 3 or 4 werewolves to kill, depending on if you're playing on solo or co-op. Now, for the boss fight and the werewolves, I suggest either the Mog 12 or the Spitfire Pack-a-Punched all the way with silver bullets on them. Both of those really take out the werewolves and the end boss pretty good. So again, interact with your stone tablet and it'll give you a max ammo to reward you. And here's that one from the telescope step we saved. It's right here underneath, right to the left of the trap. That's the tablet. Interact with that to start your final lockdown. And it's the same thing, just use an Alistair Annihilator charge shot to keep your back to the fast travel, because some zombies and werewolves do jump through and you'll always, you know, run the risk of those red ones coming in. When the werewolves come, use your scepter, shoot them with either your Spitfire, your Mog, or whatever you have silver bullets on, all the while. And if you could have Homunculus for this, it really helps. This particular game, the box just wasn't giving it to me. And there you go, then interact with it. Once your lockdown's over, get your max ammo. And now at this point, you're ready to fight the boss. Get whatever perks you want. Try to get Homunculus out of the box. Maybe the wooden stake if you haven't gotten it yet. And then come interact on this side here by the fast travel in the forest. Once you have all 3, and that'll start the boss fight. Now the boss is this invisible werewolf. Consists of 3 stages. The first stage here, you'll see there's a green square on the ground. What you have to do is move these statues with the lights until the lights all light up green as they're facing that green box, that green square. And then either you, if you're playing solo, or your whole team, if you're playing co-op, will have to stand in the middle of that green square, and then the boss will appear. You have to attack him, and then he'll usually go away. You have to repeat this a couple times, and that'll be step 1. So you see all 3 lights are shining on the green square. Use your Homunculus, your charge shots to kind of stay alive until he comes. And he comes and just, like I said, the Mog 12 and the Spitfire, silver bullets, Pack-a-Punched all the way, really take him out pretty well. And now, once you see him lay down like that, you know it's over. Now there'll be a max ammo and a carpenter in each corner. Make sure you get that at the end of each round, because they do respawn, but only for each stage of it. So stage 2, you don't fight the giant werewolf. All you have to do is fight a whole bunch of zombies, vampires, and small regular werewolves. So this is basically just survive, run around, Alistair's Annihilator, use your Homunculus, you know, be careful of the red vampires, you know, wouldn't stake them if you can, but that's it. It's just basically run around and survive. There was a red one out there running around. So once you take care of the vampires, and the zombies, a bunch of werewolves will come in. Just go ahead and take them out, and then make sure to remember to get your max ammo and your carpenter from the corners before the next stage starts. So this is stage 2. Stage 3, the final stage, is just like stage 1, except it won't show you where the green square is. So you'll have to move the lights around the statues until you can find out where the green square is. So here, it's just like stage 1, except it doesn't show you where to turn the statues. So you gotta kind of just guess, keep turning them until one of them finally lights up, and then you'll know that's it, and that's where you need to point the other statues. See, I found one there, so I'll have to go move the other ones. Then once all 3 are lit up and the green square's lit up, again, you, if you're playing solo, or everybody in your game, if you're playing co-op, will have to stand in there, go ahead and take him out, and then once you'll usually have to summon him a few times, but once you take him out, that's it. You've beaten the boss, and the ending cutscene will roll soon. If you found this video helpful, drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
I've seen some strange things in my time, but this takes the cake.
Good thing you're better at shooting than fortune telling. Now where's the bar? I worked up a powerful thirst.
Wait! Did you see that?
What now? What the hell does this mean?
It means you are not worthy. Witch! Dragon! Pompous ass! Bastard! Ensure the prisoner completes his journey.
Where is my father? What have you done to Alistair Rhodes?
You are already too late. You cannot stop what is to come.
Where is my father? Godfrey, talk to me! Ah! Damn it!
are the only people I trust to stop them.
Okay, Dad. Let's see what these friends of yours can do.